Welcome to Upreach with Bob Starkey, where we are practicing practical evangelism, where the Bible meets blue jeans. Today, it's my privilege to get to know a new friend, Kyle Caraway.
Thank you, sir.
How are you today, Kyle?
I'm doing okay.
I saw on a Facebook post for Edinburgh, Indiana, which is right down the road from me here, and a place I like to fish a lot, Driftwood and
The Blue River.
the Blue River, bait store down there.
Oh yeah.
So that's our stomping grounds. But I saw a Facebook post with that you put on, and it was for Mission Disc Golf.
Yes, sir.
What is Mission Disc Golf?
Mission Disc Golf, sir, is a committed group of individuals that's like-minded, veteran-based, faith-based, um, to get veterans out from their isolation, from becoming another statistic at the end of the day, because we have 17.6 veterans a day committing suicide, and I know I needed to step in and make a difference within that number.
Amen. So I came across your information, and it said Mission Disc Golf. Click on it, get some information, and it's just out of the norm. It's out of the box. Love it. We say it's the Bible in blue jeans. We're doing something.
Yep.
Simple question: what got you into disc golf?
I found disc golf through the Columbus Disc Golf Group with Brian Jones. Great individual. He welcomed me up down there with open arms, and I fell in love with disc golf. I got my family involved with it. My wife and my kids both play with me. They don't like it as much as me, but they're definitely supporting this mission as well, because you can't do this without a community behind you and family.
I was watching some videos on your Facebook page, and in my mind, I've never played disc golf. My kids have. I envision a frisbee. It's not, isn't it? You're doing tricks.
Yeah, so you've got different kinds of discs. It just depends on what you're trying to shoot for, distance-wise or shot shaping. And then it's really all about form. The sport is not physically for fitness. I mean, you don't have to be a bodybuilder. You don't have to be an individual specifically training to play this sport. Like some sports, like basketball, you have to consistently get out there, shoot your three throws all the time, just to get even close to the basket.
Right.
Sure, disc golf's the same way, but we're at the same point. Disc golf is put in parks where nature's involved.
How far along are you with this program, Mission Disc Golf? You just getting it off the ground? What you up to?
So I started a group called Casual Disc Golf Play, and it really didn't take off much. I had a handful of individuals show up last year. I started this about July of last year. And then in December, I said, God, I don't know what you want me to do. This group isn't moving. I'm not having individuals participate. I need your help. And that's when Wild Ops got a hold of me, because I filled something out on Facebook. They're a group online that takes combat veterans on fishing trips.
Wow.
All they got to do is pay a deposit, and that's just so they make sure you show up. I didn't qualify for it because I didn't get shot at, and I didn't shoot people or shoot at people. And with that, he was able to get me in contact with an individual called Chance Disc Recovery. Like, you need to start seeking out veterans.
Amen.
And I said, okay. And then I sat back and I let it ponder for a couple days. And then I had another individual. They don't know each other. And they were like, and I got talking about my service. He's like, you need to help veterans. And I was like, okay, God, I hear you. I changed the group's page to Mission Disc Golf. And ever since I did that, I have had more than 5 people personally reach out to me with no pushing. Say, how can I help you?
That's awesome. Did I see that you were at the State House or something recently?
I was at State Legislative Day for veterans, and there was over 40 exhibitors there. They're all veteran base groups that help, or they're groups that help veterans. So it was that was introduced to me by Michael Potter. He's a state running candidate for legislative this year. And if it wasn't for him personally reaching out to me on my Facebook and said, hey, there's this event. It was on a Friday night. Me and my wife were just hanging out doing karaoke downtown Indy. And he was like, I pull up my phone. It was like 10 o'clock at night. And he's like, Monday, here's an event. And I was like, what is this? And I started looking into it. And I was like, I need to prepare so hard right now. Because, like,
Good for you.
When I showed up there, I think I blew away a lot of people's minds, including mental health teams. There was whole mental health teams there, and they were just astounded by what we're trying to do. Because at 17.6 a day, if we knock that down by 1, we've done our job.
I admire you so much that you're passionate about this, and you're passionate enough that you're doing it. You're up and about it. You're the Bible in blue jeans. And it's something that's just so unusual. And it's out of the box, but yet it's so practical. It's simple, right? I mean, it's not, it's simple, deep, but yet it's so broad and impactful. I love it.
Yeah, we just want to make an impact into the community.
Yeah.
I truly do think that we're not just for veterans here as well. As much as group is going to be very veteran-based, I want to invite the families out.
Huh.
I want to invite individuals that may have experiences that they feel isolated from society, from friends, from family, because your life does matter too. At the end of the day, I just talked to an individual at Pizza Hut today, or Papa John's today. Broke my heart. And I think that individual might actually show up this year.
It's amazing as we grow older how we distance ourselves from others. And it's just the way life is. And it seems like with technology, it's becoming more and more common. I don't even like to text anymore. I want to hear somebody's voice. And it's amazing how impactful that is to reach up and grab your phone and actually call somebody.
Yeah, and that's another thing with veterans is we never really lose people's phone numbers. If we do fall out of contact, we think about those individuals. We wish we had a way of contacting them. Can't find them on Facebook because some veterans, when they start getting in that mindset, they'll push away the social media. They'll push away friends, and it's really hard to get a hold of those individuals. That's why I say this is not just an individual thing. This is a community thing, and that's why we've got God's help at the end of the day here, because without him, I wouldn't be sitting here with you. I mean, period.
It's amazing how we can connect and build each other up in different things that we do. And I think that's what ministry is. When you see somebody that's doing something, how can I be involved? How can I support them? Whether it's just through, words of encouragement, prayer. It sounds like this is a ministry that we can all be praying for, that God would speak to these men and women that are going through these trials. So if you're in the central Indiana region, vet, man or woman, or maybe just in a place of isolation in your life, reach out to Mission Disc Golf, Kyle Caraway, Facebook.
Yes, sir.
Amen. That's exciting. It's free. It's fellowship. 52 weeks a year, and so it's going to be Sundays around 5:45.
Yes, sir.
But it sounds like it's a place of fellowship even outside of the disc golf range. It sounds like you're doing something with purpose.
Yeah, I gained a purpose. I found a reasoning to help vets, things we can help vets with, and he just provided every ounce towards this.
Amen. Kyle Caraway, nice to meet you today. Mission Disc Golf out of Edinburgh, Indiana, covering basically Indy and South. Encourage you to reach out to Kyle on Facebook. We appreciate your participation. Excited to see what God is doing in your life and the help and the resource for those that need it.
Yeah.
Amen, Kyle.
We appreciate it. We love supporting the small business owners that may need more viewings on their pages as well, because this, like I said, none of this grows without a community.
Right.
I'll just keep repeating that because God states that in the Bible that we don't grow by ourselves.
2 or 3.
We grow as a family.
Yeah.
We grow in Him, and it really does help to hear another perspective.
Amen. It sounds like that's really your message that, hey, guys, ladies, you're not in this alone.
Yes.
Amen.
No, you're not alone. And if you do feel alone, the Veteran Suicide Line is 988, and then press 1, and that will get you to the Veterans Crisis Line. It's free. They're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. I've called it myself. And when I was in a really bad time in my life. And they got me in connect with my VA mental health teams, and I didn't get my firearms removed from me. I locked myself away from them, okay? I want that to be clear to a lot of veterans because that's our biggest thing. Oh, the police are going to come take my stuff.
Huh. Fear.
Fear. I mean, there's so many mental health things that surround veterans. 60 to 70% of veterans with mental health do not seek help.
How about that?
They don't. And it's because of fear. It's through the coarse thought of personal belongings to their way of life, to jobs, and their future.
Huh.
And it's all fear-based.
Absolutely.
And that's what the military instilled in us.
Huh. Well, I'm glad you're doing something about it.
I've got to make a difference.
Amen.
Because without people like me and individuals that do things like me, our mental health in this country is not well. And I'm sure you hear about it on social media, the news. It's a very serious thing we need to tackle.
These vet suicide statistics are overwhelming.
Yes. I mean, 17.6 a day is...
A day.
A day.
Yeah. One thing that really stands out is the need for fellowship, camaraderie, bonding, brotherhood, sisterhood.
Yeah, talking is really the most basic form of healing.
Yeah.
Mental health. And in the Bible, it states, I'm just going to coincide them together because they both say the same thing. We need communities.
Yes.
We need fellowship to build on ourselves, because when we work on ourselves, by ourselves, and isolate, we become destructive.
It just takes every day men and women like yourself that are going to do something about it.
Yeah, and just talking about it and letting people know what benefits are out there when they do need the help. Because once they get a sense of purpose and gain the community again, that's when they'll start opening up to start seeking help for themselves.
Amen. Well, thanks for your participation in our radio program, Kyle. It's nice to meet you, and I'm excited to see what God has in store for you. I'm proud that you're doing it and who you're doing it for.
Well, I really appreciate you having me out here. This really gets our mission out there because these veterans truly need our help.
Amen.
The VA is very confusing, and most veterans, there's so many programs out there that you have to have different criteria for. It can be so discouraging. I want this group to be something that takes that confusion out of it all. Anybody. And if one person probably can't figure out a problem, but somebody might be in a group, in that group that went through a program that nobody else heard of, and it's very veteran based, and you fit the criteria.
And that's the thing about fellowship, is that you're talking to somebody and you're sharing your circumstances, and guess what I know, or the resource that I'm familiar with. So God's good.
Yes, God's good. If it wasn't for God, I wouldn't have known about Legislative Day. I wouldn't have been able to get my name out there.
Amen.
Without God, I don't think you would have reached out to me, because it would have never made it to your page.
Yeah.
So I appreciate God. God's been the driving force of this. He reassures me every day through other people and moments in my life that He's still in control of this.
Amen. Well, thanks, Kyle. We close out the radio program every week with a simple phrase where we say, "And may the Lord be with you until we meet again, whether here, there, or on the air, or maybe the discourse."
Absolutely.
Amen. Thanks, Kyle.
Thank you.